Welcome to the Commissioner's Corner. I'm Fort Bend County Commissioner Grady Prestage. A little history lesson. Back in 1986, in my first political race, I ran for county commissioner against an incumbent and did quite well. I actually pushed that incumbent into a runoff election, which I lost by 92 votes. That was the biggest lesson I've had in my political life, that every vote counts. 92 votes is not a lot of votes regardless to what size the electorate is. And I can go down the list of voters who participated and see the list of voters who did not participate. They were my friends, my neighbors, and a few family members who actually did not come out and vote. So I can say firsthand that every vote counts. Every vote counts. I was fortunate enough to come back a few years later and win, but I had a lesson in 1986 that has carried me through my whole 24-year political career, that you got to participate. The world is run by folks who show up. We've had a lot of challenges to our right to vote over the years. Most recently, it's been the voter ID law. That law, which has been debated in barbershops and political forums and boardrooms for many years, is the law of the land. I'll read this passage for you. In 2011, the Texas legislature passed Bill 14 and Senate Bill 14, creating a new requirement for voters to show photo identification when voting in person. While pending review within the judicial system, the U.S. Supreme Court issues opinion in Shelby County versus Holder, which effectively ended all pending litigation. As a result, voters are now required to present an approved form of photo identification in order to vote in all Texas elections. Here are a list of some acceptable photo IDs. The Texas driver's license issued by the DPS. A Texas election identification certificate issued by DPS. A Texas personal identification card issued by DPS. A Texas concealed handgun license issued by DPS. United States military identification card containing the person's photograph. The United States citizenship certificate containing the person's photograph, and a United States passport. Certainly, most of us have those types of identification. If not, if you're serious about voting, you can go get them. It's very important that you vote. Election day in Texas is November the 4th. The deadline for registering to be a participant in that election is October 6th. You must be registered to vote in order to participate in the election. Now, many of you who see this video clip are probably registered voters and are probably participating. But over years, and history has shown us that there are huge turnouts in presidential election years, and it drops off tremendously in areas in election years where there's on a gubernatorial cycle, where a lot of key races, both state and local, are decided. Please be one of those persons that participates. As I said earlier, the world is won by those folks who show up. Be a person who shows up and tries to make your community better. That's it for the Commissioner's Corner. See you next time.